What is going on, guys? I'm the Mahano, and today's video is a £712 gaming PC based around Tom Clancy's The Division specs. It is a pretty good build. It will run the beta at 60-70 FPS, and it's only £712 for the whole thing. This obviously excludes the monitor and, keyboard and mouse, but it's a complete system build. It's pretty cool. So let's start it off. For the processor, we're going to be going with an i5-4460. This isn't a K processor. It's not the best i5 out there, but it will do. It works. You get pretty decent performance. It's quad core. It's clocked at 3.2 GHz, and it's only £144. I could have went for the 4690K. And have the option to overclock, etc, etc, but that is 40-50 quid, so you save 40-50 quid, not overclocking. Maybe you guys don't want to overclock or don't know how to overclock. Why pay an extra 40 quid? I know the 4690K is a higher clock speed, but that doesn't make too much of a difference. The Division still runs fine on this build. The Division specs do recommend an i7, but the i5 works more than fine, and you do not need an i7 to run it. But yeah, the motherboard is a Z97 PC Mate ATX, cooler. It is, I could have went for, a cheaper motherboard, but for £10-15 less, you don't get overclock ability. It's going to be harder to upgrade, and you probably get less features. So this is a cheap Z97 motherboard, but that doesn't mean it's not good enough. It's got 4 RAM slots up to 32 GB of RAM. It's got 2 PCI 16 slots, 2 PCI 1 slots, and 2 normal PCI slots. It has 2 USB 2.0 connectors and 1 USB 3.0 connector, and it's just quite a decent motherboard. It looks pretty cool, and it is £63, sorry, and that is pretty cool. For the RAM, we're gonna go with Kingston HyperX Fury Blue, like most of my builds. It's cheap, it's a higher clock speed, and it is brilliant RAM. I use Kingston HyperX Fury myself, but I've got the red version because why not? So this is one 8GB stick, clocked at DDR3, clocked at 1866. You can get the clocked at 1600 version, but that's like £1 cheaper, so you might as well go for the clocked at 1866. This is £28.98 at Amazon currently, which is a belting deal. And you don't need to run dual channel memory, so you might as well get one 8GB stick rather than 2 4GB sticks, because then you've got upgradability. You can add an extra 3 8GB sticks to the same amount of RAM and get 32GB, so why not? Right, for the hard drive, this is where it gets interesting. We've got 2 hard drives, one Seagate Barracuda 2TB hard drive running at 7,200 RPM, and that's £54. And I've managed to squeeze a Kingston SSDNow V300 120GB solid state drive. Yeah, you won't be able to fit many games on it. You probably might be able to fit one if you're lucky, but you can use the SSD as a boot drive and store all your games on the Seagate Barracuda. But this will allow quick boot times. Programs will load up pretty quick. You can even install Steam on there and have the games installed on the Seagate Barracuda and be able to browse through Steam like that. And I tell you now, it's not the best SSD out there, but it is still a brilliant SSD. Windows 10 will load up like that. Now we're going to talk about the graphics card. See, we're getting in it. For the graphics card, I've got an EVGA GeForce GTX 970, which is a brilliant graphics card. It is got 4 GB of RAM, and this is the super clocked ACX 2.0 Plus edition, which is, it's a slightly better version of the EVGA one. and it's only £274. There are cheaper alternatives out there, like the Zotac one and, you know, the previous EVGA one, but this is a beast. Like I said, I've done a bit of research, and it runs the Division at, you know, 60-70 FPS, easy at max settings. This graphics card has quite a few connectors. It has 3 display ports, 1 HDMI and 1 DVI. It supports, you know, I forgot what I was going to say then. Jesus, my mind is drawn blank. It supports G-Sync. That's what I was going to say. It supports G-Sync. It is a brilliant graphics card. It looks cool. It's a well-known graphics card. It's highly rated. A lot of people like it. I know some people. There was a little rumor about, you know, 3.5 gig of RAM the 970 has, but you know, I'm gonna make a video about that after, and that's not entirely true. But nonetheless, this is a beast graphics card. For the case, we're going with an NZXT S340. This is a black and blue version. It's a silent case, kinda. It looks cool. It's got a window. It's nice and sleek. And obviously, you can change these parts around. You can have a different case, save a bit of money. You know, it's still your build. But this is what I would recommend. The case is £59.99, and it's a brilliant case. It looks cool. What else can I say? It hasn't got a front bay. It's got, you know, the usual USB 3.0 and USB 2.0 ports. And it's a good case. It's a mid-tower case. There's not much else I can say about it. Right, for the power supply, we've gone a little bit cheap on here, but nonetheless, it works. We're going with a Corsair CX 500 watt, 80 plus bronze certified, semi-modular ATX power supply. This is £49.98, which is, you know, it's a bit cheap. It's a bit cheap, but it's still, you know, it's still a good power supply. It's quite a highly rated power supply from Corsair, which is, you know, a reputable brand. It's only 500 watts, but you will get away with it, as you most likely will not be overclocking. And if you do want to overclock or even upgrade your graphics card, you will have to upgrade your power supply. But this power supply would do. It's 80 plus bronze, which will save on your electricity a bit. And it's an all-around good graphics supply. I mean, graphics supply. My words are coming out really weird today. It's a really good power supply. It's semi-modular, which will help with the installation of it a hell of a lot. And, you know, it comes with all the stuff you need. You'll be able to plug your graphics card in. And it is a good power supply. So, that's the end of the part list. I do want to note that if you buy the EVGA GeForce GTX 970 in the UK, and I'm sure the deal was in America as well, you will get the Division for free. So this build is based around the Division, so, you know, if you check out my previous video, that gives more into it. But you get, if you buy like a certain graphics card, like the 970, 980, whatnot, you will get the Division for free. So, you know, like I said, check out my other video if you're interested. And this is the end of the video. So if you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Mahano, and goodbye.